Hey guys, welcome back. If you follow me on Instagram, you may have already seen this photo. It is Goss's lip collection. It arrived earlier this afternoon. I took everything out, took a photo before I touched any of the products or before I used them. And hours later, I decided to film this video rather than waiting till tomorrow because I couldn't wait till then to do the swatches and share my first impressions with you. So first I think what we'll do is I'll talk about the launch video and going through all of that, how I ended up deciding on the colors, the shades that I did buy, and then we'll jump right ahead into the lip swatches. I did some combinations after each of the swatches where I combined lip liner with the lip gloss and lipstick with the lip gloss, which I think produces different effects. So I like the ability to mix and match and get something different there. Right now I am wearing a lip liner just to outline the lips softly, and then I applied the cream lipstick. So with the launch video, there is just nothing that feels quite as good or as good in the same way as hearing about somebody talk about their journey towards their goal. And in this case for Wayne Goss, it's going to be his journey and the time, the finances that he put in to make this lipstick collection possible. And to see him talk about all of that and how now it's come to fruition and he can share it with the world, just that excitement and happiness and fulfillment that he feels really just jumps out of the video and just is able to reach you. You know, those feelings are very, very much, you can feel it. And so that actually got me extremely excited about his lipsticks because I know he's a trusted name in the industry and he has some great brushes, which, full disclosure here, I don't own any of them, but I've heard many, many, many good things. My attention right now is on Sonia G, but I have been looking for a lipstick brand to get into, and by that I mean a couple years ago I just went full into Bite Beauty. Now they do things like concealer, foundation, and I think finishing powder and that, so like other types of cosmetics, not just lip products. But before, they had just lipsticks, liners, glosses, and different formulas of lipsticks that, you know, every year or two they would change and put out a new collection with a new formula. And I just remember buying nearly every single major set they would come out with for a good 2 to 3 years. I still have many of those lipsticks because it's a collection. It's hard for me to just throw it out. Maybe we'll do a declutter one day. But I really enjoy them. Some of them are too old to use now, but some of them I still use and it doesn't have a negative effect on my lips. Not that I'm condoning people to use what technically would be expired products, but these products that I'm using, and it's not everything from the collection because some of them are really just too old, but it doesn't irritate my lips, it looks fine, but still, even if I choose to continue to use it, it's only gonna be for so long, right? Since I've already had it for some time. But anyway, all I'm trying to say is I've been looking to a new brand that I could try their lip products and then get more of different shades, glosses, lip liner, and whatever else, if it works out. And I think now, having tried the lipsticks and glosses for a couple of hours from this collection, this might just be it, right? This just might be the lipstick brand for me for the next little while. In watching the video, Wayne Goss has talks about a couple of times that this is his core lipstick collection or core colors. And it sounds to me that, you know, some of those colors or some of the shades are so similar because he's thinking, how can I put out 10 shades or 12 shades initially where somebody, whether, you know, they are very fair skin to deeper skin tones, people who are in their teens, early 20s, all the way to women who are in their 50s, 60s, 70s, still find a color, a shade, able to wear these lipsticks and find them comfortable. So I think that's why the shades are so similar. The other thing here is, because he's using his own finances, his own money to fund this, there is probably, that's probably the main reason why there's a limit to how many different shades he can put out, understandably. If you have an outside investor coming in and saying, okay, let's go with 24 shades because I have the capital to support this, I think that's when you see more of that from a big cosmetic company or a cosmetic company owned by a bigger company because they have access to that capital. So overall, I think the shade range, makes a lot more sense when you think of it from that direction. And it also really caught my eye because a lot of those, nude type of colors all were very pink toned. And I love pink tone nude color lipsticks. You'll see in a bit here how similar the shades that I decided to purchase. And if it wasn't for, I think, Magnolia selling out on Beautylish within the first 2 or 3 minutes, I swear, I remember going in there just as you were able to shop them on the website, and I had everything added to the cart, was about to check out, and then realized, oh, I have to sign in, and I forgot my password. So I had to reset my password, and that may have took an additional 3 minutes or so. When I went back in, it was already sold out. Magnolia was already sold out. But you'll see. All the other colors that I managed to get are actually very similar, and if I added Magnolia in there as my 4th cream lipstick, you would realize, these are all very similar shades. I like pink nudes, I like nude lipsticks, and if they have a pink tone to it, even better. But I also like nude lipsticks that have some brown and red in them as well. So I like a whole range of nude lipsticks, and that given that these have more of a pink tone to it, just all the better. Now, if you are somebody looking for a lipstick brand with a wider range of colors, you might not be able to find something as easily within the collection at this time, although with the success of the brand, it would be difficult to imagine that we wouldn't be seeing the colors expanded or limited edition colors be released later on. So why don't we go ahead with some swatches on the hand first, and then we'll get into the lip swatches. This is Daisy, and it's a light pink tone nude. I love this color. When I tried it on earlier for swatches, it really is a very light lip color. So if you have a smoky eye and you want that nude lip with some pink in it, this is the one. I could probably wear this color like any day and not feel washed out. So I think it also depends on your skin tone too. But for me, light medium skin tone, it's still a comfortable nude that, I just kind of like the look of whiter lips. So I would still use this whether I have a smoky eye or even if it's lighter makeup like this. I think to me it's still flattering. And next we have Lily. Lily is a rosy pink tone, pink color, and I'm telling you, they are similar, all these shades here. And if I had Magnolia, it would probably be in between Camila and Lily. Camila is what I have on now, and I think it goes really well with makeup. This is a nude lip that, much like with Daisy, I feel comfortable in wearing. I see myself having trouble deciding between the two, although if I wanted something a bit more peachy, Camila would be my go-to, and I think it's a good fit for the eyeshadows. And then we have Lily here, that's just this really comfortable pink that's going to be flattering for light all the way to deeper skin tones. It's just an easy go-to pink color that it's safe, it's comfortable. When I put it on, it really just looks like my lips but better, or my lips but creamier, since this is a very creamy lipstick formula. Next are the lip glosses. This is Tulip, and Tulip is a very nude, high shine gloss. When I put it on the lips, it really washes out the color that I have underneath. So with Tulip, I see myself, having a stronger pigment or a stronger color, like Lily here and then just adding Tulip for some gloss without adding more color to it. But if I were to say use Tulip on Daisy, Camila, these lighter colors, it's gonna really wash out my lips. The lip glosses have a slight mint scent to it, but nothing overwhelming, and it's not too strong, and I actually like mint on my lip products. The lipsticks have a kind of like a doughy vanilla smell. It reminds me of cookies, but it's also slight. It's not very strong, and after applying it on the lips, you don't really notice it. I do want to spend a minute on the lip gloss applicator before we move on. You can see I am actually showing the applicator on its side here. So this is the front part of it, or the flat part of it. When I turn it this side, can you tell that on both sides it's flat? And I think that design is really interesting, and actually when applying the lip glosses it feels really comfortable because it's flat. And then if you wanted to get into, you know, smaller areas on the lips, you can always just flip it, or you can always just, you know, move it onto its tip and kind of do that. I just thought it was interesting, and it actually felt very comfortable when I used it. Yeah, it's very velvety. Next we have Hyacinth. Hyacinth is a pigmented pink next to Tulip. They're really, you know, it's kind of night and day in terms of pigment and color. You could wear Hyacinth by itself. You could overlay Hyacinth over Daisy to get more pink, or just, you know, add to the pink color and get a gloss, a shine to your lips. And then finally we have Cherry Blossom. And next is Cherry Blossom. Cherry Blossom right here. This is Hyacinth, and then just for comparison I put Cherry Blossom right underneath Hyacinth. The two are very similar. I would say Cherry Blossom has more of a, it reminds me of like strawberry candy. It reminds me of like strawberry candy, whereas Hyacinth is the lighter of the two pinks. But again, on my hand, it just looks very similar. When I look at it like this, Hyacinth looks like it's a bit more corally right next to Cherry Blossom. So I would say Cherry Blossom is your pink color, and Hyacinth has some orange in it and is a bit lighter. And for the lip liners, we have Antique Rose here and Natural Berry. Antique Rose goes excellent with Camila, probably goes really well with Daisy. And I can see Antique Rose, you can just wear any lip gloss on top of it. It goes well with any of these lip colors here. So I'm just crazy about Antique Rose. When I applied it, and you'll see in a moment here, just this lip liner all over my lips, I thought I got a really nice matte effect. It didn't make my lips stand out because of the matte effect, but it gives that almost like Korean like velvet matte, or like a powdery blurring finish to your lips that I thought was like quite nice. I can see myself wearing lip balm and then applying a lip liner on top and just doing that. And for the minutes I had that on, it felt comfortable. I don't know that it would be drying. Over time, I do see maybe after an hour or two, you would apply maybe some more lip balm. But when I go in with my finger to smudge these a bit, or if I were to kind of imitate kind of smacking your lips, you can see they're easily movable. So the purpose of them is not that they just hang on to your lips and they stick and they don't move. I think they have a good amount of stay. But at the same time, you could also move that color around and just use it as your overall lip color. Now, if you do have dry lips, then you're probably not going to do that. It's not going to help with the dryness. Certainly, if you do have dry lips, you'll find that these lipsticks are super creamy. The lip glosses feel very hydrating, and you can overlay lip glosses on top of the liner to get a really hydrating effect too. Well, let's move on to the lip swatches. I'll see you guys after.
Let's go.
This additional information may be helpful for you. I am light to medium skin tone, definitely light in the fall and winter. As I get more sun in the summer, I'll go towards medium. As for foundation, neutral undertones work the best. They're typically the best match for me. So if you do end up getting any of these or have already bought some, share with me down below. You know how I like talking to you guys about makeup. And my order from Beautylish did take more time than usual to arrive. I ordered these over 2 weeks ago and it took a full week almost until I got a delivery, and it took 5 days until I got a notification that the order has been processed and it's on its way here. So I think with everything going on, shipping is really spotty, and it's also hard to tell when something will arrive quickly, later, or much later. When I go on to Beautylish's Instagram, I see just all these comments about, hey, where's my order? I had a friend who lives in a whole different country outside of the States, outside of North America, and they've gotten their order. We ordered at the same time. So it seems to just take a while, but I do think eventually they will arrive. Hope you enjoyed this video. Take care, stay safe. See you guys on the next one.